Is it possible that one day our world could be run without money? In this video, we want to explore what might happen if money is removed from human life one day. Imagine the life of a monkey, a hawk, or an octopus. They do not need money or income to survive, and if they have easy access to their food resources, they can live for days and months without worry. Meanwhile, humans are heavily dependent on money to get through life. Now imagine a day when people no longer need money or income for their daily lives, and people can have any goods or services they want for free and equally. In this situation, human life would change completely, and many of today's concerns would seem meaningless. Without money, many people might turn more toward creative, artistic, and spiritual work because they no longer have financial worries to meet their livelihood. Instead of chasing money, they might focus on innovation, art, music, design, writing, and other cultural activities that help society. Or people might devote more time to resource planning, social coordination, and organizing the distribution of goods and services. Humans might even spend more of their life traveling around the Earth or exploring space. Now let's examine whether it is possible one day that life on Earth will not need money. If the answer is yes, how far are we from this reality? One important factor is the role of robots in our lives. If such a change is to happen, the role of robots will probably become much more prominent. In a moneyless world, if resources are produced automatically, robots could manage all these processes. These robots could work in factories, farms, workshops, and even homes to produce essential items such as food, clothing, energy, and everything we need. Because production would be automated, there would no longer be a need for human labor to produce large quantities of everyday goods. For example, imagine robots harvesting crops on farms, working in workshops to manufacture goods, and helping with cleaning and daily tasks at home. In such a system, people could use their time for activities related more to personal interests or social activities. Humans could spend more time on self-awareness and doing things like yoga, meditation, dance, and enjoying social life free from jealousy and endless competition. In a world without money, there must be an efficient system to manage and distribute resources. Robots and intelligent systems could do this, distributing resources fairly based on need. These systems could ensure everyone benefits from resources according to their needs and that no one suffers from shortages or inequality. Robots could even help humans in research and scientific work. They could analyze data, conduct experiments, and participate in developing new technologies. This could lead to rapid progress in various fields, including medicine, physics, engineering, and environmental technologies. Imagine how much diseases would decrease in such a world, and no profiteering mafia could exist that earns from human illness. In a world without money, where resources are managed more effectively and without consumerism, robots could play an important role in preserving and improving the environment. They could help clean the environment, manage waste, and even restore damaged ecosystems. For example, robots could automatically stop deforestation, assist in rehabilitating damaged agricultural lands, and play key roles in renewable energy projects. Another important factor is population. The current population of Earth is 8 billion people, while some sources and studies show that if robots grow and increase in number, the ideal population of Earth should be between 3 to 4 billion. This is because most production and work currently done by humans would be done by robots, and there would be no need for human labor as we know it today. Some researchers and scientists also believe Earth should ultimately have no more than 10 billion people, as a population beyond that increases the risk of resource depletion. We are not far from this population number. So if one day Earth is run without money, population size and resource distribution will be very important. Imagine the time and energy spent daily on manufacturing weapons and military equipment being used instead to care for and grow natural resources so that both humans and animals can benefit without concern. Education. Another important issue is education. In a world without money, educational systems might also change completely. Since money is no longer a goal, education could be more personalized and based on individual interests and abilities. Instead of focusing on high-paying jobs, emphasis might be on learning, discovering new interests and skills. Educational systems might shift from education for jobs to education for personal growth, where individuals freely choose what to learn and how to develop themselves. If a world without money is created, it could deeply affect human psychology and society. On one hand, financial pressures and competitions would disappear, and people would feel more comfortable. On the other hand, people might face deeper questions about life's purpose and its true meaning. When economic concerns decrease, individuals might seek things like inner peace, life philosophy, or stronger relationships with others. In a moneyless world, wealth in its usual sense, money, material assets, and property, would no longer exist. Instead, values might shift toward things like health, free time, human relationships, knowledge, and personal growth. For example, if Earth's population is balanced and everyone has equal access to resources worldwide, property would lose its current value. In such a world, a person who excels in art or science might be considered wealthy, not financially but spiritually or creatively. Changes in politics and governance. In a world without money, the forms of governance and politics would definitely change. Since money would no longer be the main tool to control and manage society, new social management systems might emerge based more on cooperation, solidarity, and collective satisfaction. For example, democratic and participatory systems might replace centralized wealth-based governments with decisions made directly based on the needs and desires of the people. Throughout history, many writers and philosophers have envisioned utopias where money and trade do not exist at all. One of the most famous is Thomas More, who addressed these ideas in his works. In the 20th and 21st centuries, some economists and social theorists have referred to similar concepts. Peter Singer, an ethicist and writer who has written extensively about social philosophy and modern anthropology, has touched on ideas close to a moneyless world. His works discuss shared economy and egalitarianism. Maurice Berkman is another author who has addressed a society without money and the challenges humanity might face in such a world. With technological advances, new concepts such as digital economy and blockchain have emerged that could reduce dependency on physical money and traditional transactions. Although still in the experimental and developmental stages, they could be a prelude to a moneyless world. Now, the role of robots in such a world can be very important and transformative. Given rapid advances in robotics, artificial intelligence, and automation technologies, robots could become tools shaping a society without money. In this scenario, robots could perform almost all production, service, and even management tasks, allowing humans to focus more on creative, cultural, or social activities. Conclusion: in a moneyless world, more attention might be paid to preserving cultures and languages and even biodiversity. Since there would be no competition for resource exploitation, communities would likely value nature and cultural preservation more. What do you think? Is it possible that one day Earth will be run without money? Do you think this could be a positive development for Earth? And if this hypothesis is possible, How far do you think we are from it? 100 years? 200 years? 1,000 years? Or maybe much closer? Please share your thoughts in the comments below this video.